49ers Cal High Sports is presented by U.S. Bank. Life keeps moving. We're here for every step. U.S. Bank member, FDIC.
This week on 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank, big league games from all around the Bay Area. We'll see Wilcox take on Los Gatos, St. Francis meets Valley Christian, and Cardinal Newman battles Marin Catholic.
We have NCS volleyball playoffs with Carondelet and James Logan, water polo with Acalanes and Camp Lindo, and we will meet the Northgate flag football star, who's one of the nation's top wrestlers. It's all right now on 49ers Cal High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank.
Hello everyone, welcome to 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank. I'm Robert Bronstein.
And I am Aubrey Tolliver. We start tonight in the Foothill League, where Bishop O'Dowd comes into the week undefeated at 4-0. Washington-bound senior Deji Ajosi is very impressive on both sides of the ball for O'Dowd.
The Dragons facing 3-1 James Logan this week. The Colts with senior quarterback David Mercado doing a great job passing and running the ball. Logan trying to pull into a first-place tie with the Dragons in the game played in Oakland Friday night.
Senior night in Bishop O'Dowd as Deji Ajosi and his fellow seniors were honored before the game. James Logan on the board first in the first. Give it to Lamar Ellis, who goes to the far sideline and fights his way into the end zone. PAT good, and it's 7-0 Colts. But the Dragons answer back later in the quarter. Devin Wilson fires and hits Trevor Erickson for the touchdown, and it's all tied up at 7 after 1. Second quarter now. Devin Wilson drops back and throws it deep to a wide open Jaron Bean, who hauls it in for another Bishop O'Dowd touchdown as the Dragons take a 13-7 lead. Logan looking to tie it up, but the pass is picked off by Jacob Knopp, and Jacob will go all the way for the score. A 23-yard pick six for the senior, and it's 21-7 Dragons. The Colts come right back on their next drive. David Mercado hits Danzel Mercado, who sheds off a defender and turns on the Jets. Danzel taking it all the way inside the 10-yard line. Then a couple plays later, give it to Lamar Ellis again, and Lamar is in for his second TD of the game to cut the Logan deficit in half. But Bishop O'Dowd fires back. Wilson slings it to a wide open Oliver Leonard, and Oliver will scamper in for the TD as the Dragons take a 28-14 lead. One more for the Dragons just before the half. Wilson again heaves it deep and right into John Teddy's hands for the score. That's Devin Wilson's fourth touchdown pass in the first half as the Dragons take a 35-14 lead at the half. Logan trying to rally back in the second half. David Mercado over to Aiden McChristian. The two-point try is no good, and it's 35-20 Dragons after 3. Fourth quarter now. David Mercado fires and hits Danzel Mercado in the end zone. The point after is good as James Logan pulls to within 8. Logan looking to tie it up late, but the pass is picked off again by Jacob Knopp as the Bishop O'Dowd Dragons hang on to win it. 35-27 over James Logan to clinch at least the share of the Foothill League title.
Here comes Salesian as they get set to battle St. Mary's in a Tri-County Rock Division showdown. First quarter, hand the rock to Brandon Butler, who barrels his way in for a 2-yard touchdown. 7-0 Pride. More Salesian in the first. Marcus Burke drops back and connects with Carlton Perilliet for 6. One of Burke's 2 touchdowns in the game. The try was no good. 13-0 Salesian after 1. St. Mary's looking to respond, but Carlton Perilliet reads this pass like a book, and the junior takes it back for a pick 6. Salesian would tack on another touchdown and a 2-point conversion to make it 28-0 at the half. And Carlton was all over the field. A pick 6, a receiving touchdown. How about bringing a punt return back for a Salesian touchdown? This man had himself a game. Be on the lookout for this guy during basketball season. 35-0 Salesian. Panthers look to get going on offense. This helps as Sutton Rawls airs it out and connects with Jason Webb for a big play. And Jason gets wrestled down at the 5-yard line. And it would lead to this 1-yard touchdown run by Wyatt Swanson. But it was all Salesian in this game. Give it to Isaiah Latigue, and he's not feeling any sort of fatigue. He's loose. Kiss him goodbye, and that's the cherry on top, as Salesian is now tied with St. Mary's and El Cerrito for first place in the Tri-County Rock Division standings. 42-7 was the final.
Get ready for some amazing volleyball. Mercy Burlingame looking to be crowned outright league champs. Sacred Heart Prep can share a league title with a win. Kylie McGibbon, Setsu Poema, Yugo Tony, and the Gators hold on to the early lead in set 1. The Bears, Amira Festeja Rivera, the dig. Lana Trahan, a tricky set to Mia Ferdinand, and Ferdinand blasts that one for the point. The Gators throw up a good block here, but Ava Cacao immediately putting the point away. Nothing you could do about that. But Sacred Heart Prep runs away with the set as McGibbons gets the stuff there. The Gators take the 1-set lead. 8-6 Mercy in set 2. Annabelle Jajuko, the bump to McGibbon, and the set to freshman Layla Abrams. Hold your phone, the freshman's got a cannon. But this time, Sadie McCullough gets the block, a favorable spin off the tape, and Mercy wins set 2. We skip ahead to set point for Mercy in the third. Rivera sets to Cacao in the back row, and Ava blasts it just inside the sideline. Mercy goes up 2-1. The SHP freshman, Layla Abrams, making a statement for the first point in set 4. Set 4 was all about the Gators defense. First, it's Uglatoni throwing up a block, and then Paula Reynosa following it up. SHP wins set 4, and we skip ahead to a 5th set. McGibbon, a beautiful set to Uglatoni. Palema leading all Gators with 17 kills in this match. 9-7 Mercy, great dig from Rivera. Claire O'Brien sets to a charging Isis Ordaz, and that's a Bears point. This is not only match point, it's championship point for Mercy. Rivera to Trahan to none other than Ava Cacao. Point, set, match. The Bears win their first league title in volleyball in school history behind the 21 kills from Ava Cacao.
It's senior night for Carlmont, but it's also a huge Peninsula Athletic League showdown between Carlmont and Mills, and the Scots strike first as Lauren Green takes a snap, finds a lane, and the junior gets the ball across the goal line for a 10-yard touchdown, 7-0 Scots. Vikings look to answer late in the first half, but the pass gets intercepted by Yuna Min, and the senior's gonna take it back for a pick 6. The try was no good, 13-0 Scots at the half. To the second half, I'm gonna warn you, this is a very long play, but Samantha Tao is running around deciding if she wants to throw it or run it. Cue the circus music, and then she decides to throw it, and she finds Emily Monteforte in the back of the end zone for 6. It's 19-zip Scots, but Mills continues to fight as Luna Mengel Yoshimura uncorks this ball to Kalissa Chu in stride, and that's a first down and a whole lot more for the senior. And a few plays later, Mengel Yoshimura flips it to Catalina Vaca for a Vikings touchdown, but not enough as Carlmont goes on to win the Peninsula Athletic League title, beating Mills 19-7.
Each week, the Rikes Center presents the Gary Rikes Players of the Week Award.
Remember to vote for the Player of the Week on our YouTube membership page. The Players of the Week are featured in a rap performed by our good friends at the Rikes Center. Here are this week's Players of the Week.
Rikes Center, Bennett Roth, 49ers Cal High Sports, Gary Rikes Players of the Week. Nobody's mumbling words when it comes to talking about Kurt Humbles III, a valuable commodity for the Alameda Hornets, at receiver and defensive back. You can't ignore it. 2 pick sixes, 3 total interceptions, a touchdown reception. Quite a collection of accomplishments for Kirk at 2 different positions. Now Alameda's 3-0 in the Shoreline Division. You'll get a lot of highlights surfing the internet from Los Gatos freshman quarterback Jenna Webb. When the play's dialed up, she doesn't dial it back. This Wildcat's giving her coaches a lot to smile at. 4 touchdowns, 21 completions, 292 yards, and in their first season as a flag football team, they're co-league champions. Jenna's holding it down for the Cats like a veterinarian. 49ers, Cal High Sports, Bennett Roth. Happy Halloween, Gary Rikes Players of the Week.
Presentation High School, San Jose's all-girls high school, presents the Female Scholar Athlete Award each week. This week's Presentation High's Female Scholar Athlete is Tessa Smith from the Castro Valley volleyball team. Tessa hits hard, and she is also a hard hitter in the classroom with a 4.2 GPA.
At Presentation High School, performing arts students shine on the stage and share their talents and cultural traditions with the community, whether performing in one of 4 annual theatrical productions, mastering theater tech, competing on the national championship winning dance teams, or harmonizing with friends in choir. There's a place for every artist. Our folklorical and jazzba dance teams bring unique cultural flair, sharing their vibrant styles with friends and family throughout the year. Discover the arts at Presentation. Go to presentationhs.org.
U.S. Bank brings us the Football Coach of the Week award every week.
This week's Coach of the Week is Atal Mua from Mount Diablo. The Red Devils cruising to a 49-0 victory over Berean Christian to clinch at least a share of their first league title in 62 years. Celebrations included a Gatorade bath and fireworks. Coach Mua will receive a grant from the 49ers Foundation for his accomplishments. Congratulations to Coach Mua, this week's 49ers Prep, presented by U.S. Bank Charlie Wiedemeyer Memorial Coach of the Week.
Coming up, the Crumble Cookies Game of the Week. It's Cardinal Newman and Marin Catholic.
And Overfelt battles Pioneer in the Santa Teresa division as 49ers Cal High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank, rolls along.
At U.S. Bank, we know how good it feels to reach your milestones. But we also know what really goes into getting you there. That's why we introduced Co-Browse, which connects you to a real banker in real time to help you do anything from adding a new debit card, learning how to save smarter, even creating spending limits.
Mind if I just grab the one?
With Co-Browse, we're always there for you on your road to here. Because there's nothing as powerful as the power of us.
I think the heater's broken.
I'll get my tools.
Does your family suffer from fix-it-itis syndrome?
Honey, is it working?
Relief is just a call away. Service Champions has been proven to effectively combat the symptoms of fix-it-itis syndrome. Side effects may include delusions of grandeur and a comfortable home. Service Champions is now offering a $58 furnace tune-up. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
Get ready for the most exhilarating season yet. Sharks Ice Hockey is hosting 34 teams spanning from Fresno to Reno. Over 700 hockey players all competing for state and national titles. Be part of the thrilling action. Experience the speed, the skill, and the passion from these young hockey players. Games are played at Sharks Ice locations from all over the Bay Area. Looking to join, support, or to find games? Go to sharkshighschoolhockey.com.
The big game in the Redwood Empire Adobe League played this week with the two undefeated teams squaring off.
Yep, both Cardinal Newman and Marin Catholic enter the game with 3-0 league records. Cardinal Newman undefeated overall at 8-0. The battle for first place is our Crumble Cookies Game of the Week. Adrian Soriano was there.
With only 2 weeks left in the regular season, the stakes cannot get any higher in the brand new Redwood Empire Adobe division. Both Marin Catholic and Cardinal Newman face off to clinch at least a share of the league title. Some key players to watch from both teams. For Cardinal Newman, it's freshman quarterback Tino Retimoza, who has 1,052 passing yards and 19 total touchdowns. Meanwhile, Marin Catholic will look to establish the running game with Jared Geisberger, who scored a rushing touchdown last week against Rancho Cotati. It's Cardinal Newman and Marin Catholic in our Crumble Cookies Game of the Week. Cardinal Newman looking to strike first, but the deep pass is picked off by Chase Merrick. Chase will run it all the way inside Cardinals territory as Marin Catholic takes over. The Wildcats take advantage a short time later as Caden Avsharipur hits Brandon Johnson, and Brandon fights his way in for the score. 7-0 Marin Catholic after one. Cardinal Newman trying to tie it up in the second, but more Wildcat defense as Colin Levet gets home for the sack. Still 7-0 Marin Catholic at halftime. The Cats add on in the second half. Avsharipur heaves it deep to a wide open Jude Baker. Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. 13-0 Marin Catholic. The Cardinals get on the board later in the quarter as Patrick Gardner drills a 26-yard field goal through the uprights. 13-3 Wildcats after 3. Marin Catholic looking for more in the fourth, but the pass is picked off by Jamari Gentry. Jamari will run for a while as the Cardinals keep the deficit to just 10. Cardinal Newman trying to rally back late in the quarter, but the Wildcats defense comes through again to force turnover on downs, and that will do it. Marin Catholic clinches at least a share of the Redwood Empire Adobe Division title, beating Cardinal Newman 13-3. Here's Chase Merrick after the game.
Oh, it's exciting. You know, this year is a lot of up and downs, and I wouldn't rather do it with anybody else.
In Kentfield with the Crumble Cookies Game of the Week, I'm Adrian Soriano, 49ers Cal High Sports.
Tommy Freeze with his sister Cindy and parents honored on senior night at Pioneer. The Mustangs up 3-0 when Javi Mendoza takes the handoff, busts through the hole and races 43 yards to the house. Overfelt takes a 6-3 lead. Right back come the Mustangs, Braden Reese to throw, and he fires a strike to Brady Montgomery, who grabs it in stride and streaks to the end zone. Pioneer takes a 10-6 lead in the second. Overfelt driving, but this pass is picked by the Mustangs' Adam Larson to end the threat. The Mustangs with a nice drive late in the second quarter. Reese to Montgomery for a first down there. And then Reese finds Montgomery again, this time racing across the field. Brady is just short of the goal line. The Mustangs sneak it in to take a 17-6 lead at the half. Second half, and Tommy Freeze had a huge game on defense for the Mustangs and a picture-perfect tackle for a loss there. But here's my new favorite player. This is Kingston Tagaloa, and King is gone. Look at the wheels. A big TD run for King, and the Mustangs' lead is cut to 17-12 in the third. Under a minute to play. The Royals driving, but Julian Lopez gets the sack, pushing the Royals back to their 30. 3 seconds to play. Down by 5. Brandon Gonzalez firing to the end zone. And right there to make the catch is Isaiah Loyal Smith, who makes the catch. No big deal, but his teammates think it's a big deal. That's the game-winning catch with no time left on the clock to give Overfelt an amazing comeback win. A big game for the running back, Mendoza.
First round of the NTS Division III tournament has St. Joseph Notre Dame squaring off against Mount Eden, and it's the Pilots with the early 9-1 lead going Paige Vanderveer to Francesca Bochucci to Julia McCauley. So the Monarchs fighting back. Chelsea Reynoso feeds Jordan Iosefa, and Jordan finds open court for the point. But the Pilots' Lexi Robin serving some cheddar. That serve hits off the tape, and that is tough to defend. Speaking of defense, great block there from McCauley, but Connie Chung, the libero, making a defensive play of her own. Perfect placement for the point, but St. Joe's would win set 1. Second set, Melanie Garcia with the great dig. Then it's Iosefa keeping it in play off the block, and Garcia putting the point away. The Monarchs go on to tie the set at 24. Robin, the bump to Anna New, and the big swing from McCauley. St. Joe's takes set 2, and in set 3, Bochucci with the high set to Amelia Minch in the back row, and that's a big swing for the freshman. A great bump by Vanderveer. Bochucci to Clara Verdict, and Francesca loving that point from Clara, capping it off with one of McCauley's 11 kills in the match, and St. Joe's wins round 1 of the Division III tournament with the 3-set win over Mount Eden. Each week, Service Champions honor student athletes who do great work around campus.
This week, we spotlight Izzy McFadden from the Marin Catholic girls basketball team. Izzy is a member of ASB, War Corps, and Sewing Club, where she helps create items for people experiencing homelessness while enjoying the chance to bond with others. Izzy McFadden is this week's Service Champions Student Spotlight.
D-Line Constructors presents the D-Line Defensive Play of the Week every week. This week's D-Line play goes to Tyron Hicks from St. Ignatius. Tyron getting the interception to seal the victory for the Wildcats in a big game last week. The junior from St. Ignatius, Tyron Hicks, with this week's D-Line Constructors Defensive Play of the Week.
Delta Dentals honors entire teams who do great work in the classroom with the Smiles for Scholars Award. This week we feature the Castro Valley girls volleyball team, the Trojans, with an amazing 4.15 combined GPA.
That has to be one of our highest ever.
Yeah.
Be sure to check us out on social media. We have a new YouTube membership page where you get lots of great content, including early highlights and full game video from every game we shoot.
Lots of great stuff on our Instagram. We are at 49ers Cal High. Our Instagram attracting lots of attention, right at about 1 million views every week.
Coming up, the big game in the Peninsula Bay Division with Los Gatos and Wilcox.
But first, here is our U.S. Bank Top 10 volleyball poll.
My bad.
Baby bag, baby bag, baby bag, baby bag, baby bag, baby bag, baby bag.
From the beginning, AmeriWest Credit Union was created to provide a brighter financial future for you. We work hard for our members because they're our greatest strength.
AmeriWest worked for me when I needed an auto loan for my first car.
When I need to make a mobile payment, AmeriWest works for me.
MeriWest works for me wherever adventure takes us.
MeriWest Credit Union. Let us work for you. Today, tomorrow, together.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A.
A is for above and beyond.
An extra level of care.
A game.
From caring for our guests in our community to cleanliness and safe service with a My Pleasure. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
A little funky dance.
And that too.
Applebee's Pick Six with NFL head coach Dan Campbell.
A pick six is when the defense intercepts the ball and runs it back for a touchdown. And when that happens on Sunday, you get 6 free boneless wings at Applebee's on Monday. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
We are Bishop O'Donnell High School, and you're watching 49ers Cal High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank.
The Peninsula Bay Division has Los Gatos and Wilcox at the top with 3-0 records. The Cats' Grayson Dozlak is having a fine season, the junior rushing for right at 500 yards this year.
The Cats meeting Wilcox this week. The Chargers like to run the ball, and Braden Rosa is their guy. The coach's son averaging 120 yards a game and will also make an impact on defense as well. First place on the line at Los Gatos Friday night. The first place game in the De Anza division, and it's a tale as old as time. Wilcox and Los Gatos. Wilcox driving in the first. Kai Imahara throws deep to a well-covered Justin Forster. Justin's catch moves the line up 29 yards, and that leads to the game's first score. We talked about Brandon Rosa in studio. Well, he did not disappoint in this one. 6-0 Wilcox after the missed PAT. Next Wildcat drive. Scotty Brennan throws to Max Thomas on the slant pass, and Max finds plenty of room in front of him. A 44-yard pickup on the play. A few snaps later, Brennan, the southpaw, throws to Bo Muser, who dives in for 6. Los Gatos takes the 7-6 lead with the point after. Second quarter, Wilcox utilizing a handful of running backs. Jamin De Los Santos finding the outside and tiptoeing up the sideline for a nice gain. The Chargers 9 yards out. Watch this cut from Rosa. On a dime, cutting inside and reaching across the plane. He's good. 13-7 Wilcox at the half. Los Gatos looking for a big play, and they get one here. Brennan throws deep to Muser, and Bo comes up with a play of the week worthy catch. But the drive stalls, and in the fourth quarter, Wilcox goes up by 2 scores when Rosa strolls in for the touchdown. Chargers fail the 2-point try. It's 19-7 Wilcox. Still time left on the clock. Brennan slings it to Muser for their second touchdown connection, and it is a 5-point game. 3 minutes left on the clock on the ensuing Wilcox drive. The Los Gatos defense trying to lock it down. Bryce Novinsky with a big tackle in the backfield. 4th down and 6. The Chargers go for it, and how about this play call? Imahara throws deep, a 50-50 ball, and the Chargers, Samaj Clark ends up with it. Head coach and OC Paul Rosa shocking everyone with that play call. Not only does Wilcox secure the win, the Chargers secure the championship, clinching a share of the league title with the 5-point victory. Rosa with a huge game.
It's Pioneer hosting Los Gatos for a Barracuda experience game at Sharks Ice. 6:13 left in the first. Thomas Sherry brings the puck across the blue line, finds Mason Renfro in front of the net. He shoots, they score! Los Gatos strikes first. Now into the final minute of the first, Renfro looking for more as he gets by 4 Mustangs, takes a shot on net, but Thomas Burridge makes the stop in the 5-hole to keep it at 1. Second period now, Matt Hawley takes a shot on net. It bounces off the goalie. Cooper Decurel fights to keep it in front of the net. Here comes Jackson Lewin. He gets a nice shot up and scores. The Mustangs tied at 1 to end the second. Both teams looking to get ahead. Trevor Moore puts a shot on net that finds its way behind the goal where Jaden Yee is waiting for it. Jaden brings it around and sneaks it through for a goal. Wildcats take the lead with 10:52 to go. Pio looking to even it up, and they have a nice opportunity here, but it's Kenji Payne making a great glove save to keep the Wildcat lead. This puck is up for grabs. It's Mason Renfro who gets to it first. Mason takes a shot from far out and scores. Renfro with his second goal of the game to put the Mustangs away as Los Gatos wins a physical one with 2 goals from Renfro and the go-ahead goal by our Sharks Ice player of the game, Jaden Yee.
Chick-fil-A brings us stories of athletes who inspire us.
Aubrey, the crown jewel of the Northgate wrestling team is sophomore Simone Jewell. Not only is this top grappler great on the mat, but also on the football field. 95 degrees on the turf at Northgate High. The girls' flag football team will practice the next 2 hours. At wide receiver is Simone Jewell, giving her all in this new sport.
My brother played football, like I've thrown the football around, you know what I mean? And there aren't really like good options for me as an athlete, I feel like, in the fall season. So when I heard flag football would be a choice, I hopped right on it because I thought it would be it's a fun sport.
Simone is excelling at football. Her competitive nature is a big reason for her success.
Oh, Simone is the most competitive, and that's why we love her, because she makes not only herself better, but her teammates better. Every sprint, every catch, every flagpole, she's just working so hard.
Simone gives it all on the field, but her day is just getting started. Simone's main sport is wrestling.
I really love basketball, and I planned on playing it in high school, but my 8th grade year, my brother, he kept trying to get me to wrestle.
When I first tried to get her into wrestling, she just told me no. She was like, oh, I'm gonna play basketball, I'm gonna play basketball, I'm gonna play basketball. And I was like, here, I won't do anything, I'll just teach you, So then I kind of like tricked her into like just teaching her, and then she would like want to try it out, so then I'd get her to wrestle, and she ended up like being really good, like really good.
In a very short time, Simone has gained national attention. She is now ranked as the 28th best high school wrestler at 155 pounds. Last winter, Simone won the NCS championship as a freshman.
I'm pretty proud of myself in like what I was able to accomplish, but I'm so much more excited for what I can accomplish in the future and what I plan to.
She gets out on the mat, she doesn't care who it is. She's ready to win. She has no fear.
Simone says none of this happens without the support from her brother.
He started that for me my freshman year, just by like the practicing like 20 minutes a day at home, just like on our rugs. Like it's an amazing thing, and then he's just such a kind, amazing person that I like look up to, and like he's so smart, and it's just like amazing thing to have him as my best friend.
My sister is my best friend, and on top of that, like even if she doesn't know, I'm her biggest supporter. When she started her wrestling season, her freshman year, she didn't know how she was gonna do. She wasn't like all confused. So like her first week or after her first tournament, I changed her name on my phone to NCS champion, because I told her, I was like, I believe 100% in my head that you're gonna be the NCS champion by the end of this year. And I was so lucky that I got to be there for her tournament and be there at NCS and watch her wrestle and watch her win her match for becoming NCS champion.
The big question then is, has Simone ever pinned her big brother?
Yes and no. I mean, would I admit it? No. Has she? Probably yes.
Simone is ranked number 3 in the state. Her goal is to win a state title and one day compete in the Olympics. Right now, this sensational sophomore is grateful to stay busy in 2 sports on the same day.
I'm grateful that I can go do football, then do wrestling, and then my parents who support me in doing all of it. I'm just grateful I get the chance to do it. So whenever I'm overwhelmed or anything, I just think of how grateful I am to have the opportunity to go do this.
Simone has a 3.95 GPA. Remember, she's just a sophomore now, so she's doing really well at a very young age.
Winning NCS as a freshman, incredible.
Yeah.
And her relationship with Tyler also made me just blush. It was so cute.
They're fantastic. Great relationship there, and very respectful kids. They called me sir and everything. That was nice.
Thank you, Robert. Merit West Credit Union brings us the Merit West Merit Award. This honors teachers all around the Bay Area.
Here's Isabel Zaballero from Newark Memorial talking about Janae Shepard.
My favorite teacher is Miss Janae Shepard. I just recently met her this year and became one of her students. To me, she teaches more than education. She teaches to be patient and kind and be able to adapt to students.
Coming up, 2 undefeated teams in the Peninsula Ocean Division at Sequoia and San Mateo.
And back to the ice for the Lancers and Bellarmine. This is 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank.
Applebee's Pick 6 with NFL head coach Dan Campbell.
A pick 6 is when the defense intercepts the ball and runs it back for a touchdown. And when that happens on Sunday, you get 6 free boneless wings at Applebee's on Monday. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
For over 65 years, Delta Dental has been at the forefront of progressive healthcare for all, offering high-quality, affordable dental plans that strive to meet the needs of everyone. Today, we are the largest network of oral healthcare providers in the nation. At Delta Dental, we're committed to pushing the industry to transform modern healthcare so your family gets more moments that matter for generations to come. Schedule your oral health checkup today.
I'm Nancy Lambert, the director of the Schwab Learning Center at CHC. In a world where every second counts, education doesn't have to be a struggle. At the Schwab Learning Center, our learning specialists work one-on-one with high school and college students with ADHD, dyslexia, and other learning differences. We work with you to understand your learning and attention strengths and challenges. We help you develop strategies that optimize the way you learn. Discover the power of personalized learning that empowers students to excel. Your success is our mission.
I know that the model of credit unions is the very best one for human beings, and so how we bring that to life can truly transform people's lives.
Lumen brings to us the capability to be able to serve members in ways that we haven't before. It is really about enhancing that need for that particular individual like we've never been able to do before, and I'm extremely excited about that.
Party time!
49ers Cal High Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Valley Christian Schools, supporting your quest for excellence. And by the California Army National Guard. Protect what matters most to you.
The San Mateo Bearcats are having a great season. Jeff Scheller's team is 7-1 to start this week, with Emmanuel Fitzgerald leading a prolific running game for the Bearcats.
The 4-0 Bearcats taking on the 3-1 Sequoia Ravens this week. The Ravens senior quarterback Sean Royer has thrown for 923 yards this season. A battle for first place at San Mateo Friday night.
San Mateo ready for Sequoia in a fight for first in the Peninsula Ocean League. A quiet first quarter takes us into the second, handed off to Emmanuel J. Fitzgerald, and the 6'1", 225 senior gets San Mateo a nice rush before being taken down. That leads to the senior quarterback Cameron Palma keeping this one himself and breaking the plane. The Bearcats strike first. It's 7-0. Same score to start the second half. Sean Royer in shotgun for Sequoia rolls out and looks at James Lundell, who makes a great catch, and the senior gets chased out after picking up 13. Royer directing traffic on 4th and 3, but the ball gets snapped early. Sean juggles it and is able to hand it off to Jordan Crockett, and Jordan is clutch. Some great blocking, opens the lane for Big J, who takes it in for the 16-yard touchdown. We're all tied up. 35 seconds left in the game. Palma takes a snap with all the time in the world. He connects with Kieran Peterson, who picks up 8. The Ravens defense makes a few good stops to force this 49-yard field goal that is kicked online. Doesn't have enough. No, it's short, and we are headed to overtime. 4th and 1 for the Bearcats in OT. The QB keeper, the Raven defense, makes a great stop at the line. The Bearcats keep the play alive, but only move backwards as the Sequoia defense makes a huge stop to give their team a chance to win it. First play of the drive, go to Crockett, and Jordan runs like a rocket, taking the Ravens down to the 1-yard line. Then on the next play, it's only right to give it to Crockett, who reaches out for it. Did he get there? I don't know. The refs have to discuss this one, and after a few seconds of discussion, they say, yeah, Jordan did cross the goal line, as the Sequoia Ravens fly into Bearcat territory and leave as the only undefeated team in the Peninsula Ocean League. Crockett with 2 touchdowns in this one.
Let's go to the Tech CU Arena now as the Lancers take on Bellarmine. The Lancers on the board first. In the first is Vitaly Iravoy. Passes it to Michael Perrone, who shoots and scores for the goal. Then just a few moments later, Perrone gets on the breakaway, and Michael beats the keeper again as the Lancers take a 2-0 lead. But Bellarmine responds on the other end as Shane Giozzi converts the second chance, and it's 2-1 Lancers after 1. Second period now, and it's Alan Kim on the breakaway this time. Alan fires it to the back of the net as the Bells tie the game at 2. Then it's Lucas Vircic with the move and the finish as Bellarmine takes a 3-2 lead. But the Bells were not done as Alan Cui races past his defender, and Alan shoots and scores for the goal. Time winding down, and it's Vircic getting one of his 3 goals in the game as the Bells take a 6-3 lead after 2. The Lancers trying to rally back as Michael Perrone gets his own hat trick, but this one belongs to Bellarmine. Kai Reagan going coast to coast, and Kai fires it home as the Bells win it 8-4, and our Sharks' Eyes player of the game is Lucas Vircic, who scored a hat trick for the victorious Bellarmine Bells.
Lexus of Stevens Creek brings us the Volunteer Award, leading to $10,000 in scholarships to be handed out by Lexus of Stevens Creek.
This week's Volunteer Award goes to Kira Chang from the Harker volleyball team. Kira is an Amazon best-selling author. She has written 2 children's books where she explains science in a way that young children find easy to understand and enjoyable. Her first book explains the process in how the body heals itself, and the second, the science behind the physics of rainbows. Kira reads her books to local classrooms and libraries and is in the process of creating a 3rd book. Here is Kira Chang on her experience.
Maybe a few years ago, I wouldn't have thought that I would be able to publish a book or that I'd be able to read my book to a bunch of classrooms. But I think once you just start and you just force yourself to do something that you don't think you can do, it just really inspires you and it makes you feel like you can do anything.
Valley Christian High School is always on a quest for excellence. This year, Valley Christian is helping us honor young people who are on their own quest for excellence. Here is Cameron Palma from the San Mateo football team.
Eventually, I want to become a business owner. I'm going to try to make it into a 4-year college upcoming, and that's my dream right now. I want to be an entrepreneur.
Valley Christian Schools held Spiritual Emphasis Week, a special time for students to reflect on their faith and connect with God on a deeper level. Junior high school students studied the story of Moses, focusing on finding their true identity and committing to personal growth, while high school students explored resilience through Scripture, learning how the Bible can guide them through life's challenges. Powerful week full of inspiring messages and opportunities at Valley Christian High School. Want to become a warrior? Go to apply.vcs.net.
Coming up to the Oakland League for Oakland and McClymonds.
And back to the NCS volleyball tournament for Northgate and Monte Vista. But first, here is this week's learning tip from the Schwab Learning Center.
Our SLC learning specialists are here to help you develop skills and share tips that make learning with ADHD easier, like how to take good notes by chunking information to break down large amounts of text into smaller, more manageable parts. Color coding to visually separate information. Using visual aids such as diagrams, charts, and images that help to simplify complex information and improve retention. Discover the power of personalized learning support at the Schwab Learning Center.
3 teams within 1 game of first place in the Oakland Athletic League. Oakland Tech leads the league with McClymonds and Oakland right behind.
The 2 second-place teams meeting this week. It's Oakland at McClymonds on Friday night.
Kelly Flipson checking in at the Mac House. The McClymonds Warriors hosting the Oakland Wildcats. It was Mac mania out of the gate. Burrell Staples takes a quarterback power up the left side and skates into the end zone untouched. 2-point try is good. It's 8-0 Warriors. Halfway through the first, and more Warriors. Staples hands it to Dominic Davis, and Jr. navigating through the Wildcat defense across the goal line. Another 2-point try is good, making it 16-0 Mac. Wildcats looking to get on the board, but the McClymonds defense is suffocating. Nehemiah Cody wrangling in the sack, forcing a 3 and out. Into an early second quarter now. Staples hands it to Sharky Tamale, stiff-arming one defender. Breaks an arm tackle before eventually being brought down just short of the goal line. Setting himself up on the very next play, though, strutting into the end zone with ease and, of course, all smiles, stretching the Mac lead to 24-0. These Warriors simply cannot be stopped. Staples, 3-step drops, plenty of time, crow-hopping into an absolute bomb down the field, wide open. Desmond Sparks tacking 8 more on the board after a good 2-point try. No quit in the Wildcats, though. Mezzi Belvin lobs it up through the rain to an open Malachi Sanchez in the corner, making it 36 Mac. 2 McClymonds scores later and no slowing down. Staples 5-step drop, scanning, ejects out of the pocket to his left and says, "This is for you, Eugene Jackson," finding his way into the end zone. That is a cherry on top for a statement win for these Warriors with a big night from Staples and Tamale, improving to 3-1 in the OAL.
Off to Danville now for the NCS D1 first-round matchup between Monte Vista and Northgate. The Mustangs were firing on all cylinders early. Abby Krause to Kate Antonova to Kennedy White, and the sophomore spikes it down with authority. Northgate trying to keep set 1 close. Mina Ispin over to Fio Saluni, then right back to Mina Ispin, who places it perfectly for the kill, but Monte Vista would go on to win set 1. Krause to Antonova to Carly Walsh, who tools it off the block as the Mustangs take it 25-13. It was all Monte Vista in set 2. Abby Krause bumps, Kennedy Burgeon sets, and Kennedy White finishes the emphatic kill. Now it's Cardis Cordell to Antonova to White. Kaboom! Monte Vista takes set 2 25-10. On to set 3 now. Ava Collado to Fia Saluni to McKenna Kissack, and McKenna gets one of her 6 kills in the game here, but the Mustangs were just rolling all game long. Abby Krause to Kate Antonova to Kennedy White, and Kennedy puts it away. Then it's White over to Kennedy Burgeon, and Kennedy sets it up for a Lydia Hodges finish as Monte Vista wins it in 3 straight sets to move on to the NCS Division I quarterfinals.
Bernardi Zurada is your faithful injury attorneys, bringing us the hometown hero every week.
This week we honor Nicole Ruffin from Heritage High School. Nicole is team mom for the football team. Nicole sets up the Thursday night team dinners, packs the away game team meals for players and coaches, makes award desserts at practice on Mondays after a win, and organizes senior night. Nicole Ruffin, she does a lot. This week's Bernardi Zurada hometown hero.
Albany's Construction brings us the Dirty Work play each week. This is a play we thought brings the type of grit and determination, brought to you by all of the folks at Albany's Construction.
This week's Dirty Work play goes to Kyle Hughes from Piedmont Hills. Look at number 15 here with a block, and then he keeps going and gets another block to free Alex Solares for the Pirates touchdown. Kyle Hughes doing the dirty work, just like our good friends at Albany's Construction. Coming up, it's the Chick-fil-A sportsmanship game with St. Francis and Valley Christian.
And water polo with Acalanes and Campolindo right here on 49ers Cal High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank.
At U.S. Bank, when we say we're in it with you, we mean it. Not just for the good stuff, the grand openings and the celebrations, but for all the hard work it took to get there. We are in for all of it. It's tough for sure, but less tough when you have the right people by your side. Like Kayla from Kansas City, and thousands of other bankers around the country. Because together we're proving there's nothing as powerful as the power of us.
There you go, drain it, drain it. Start.
Or visit NationalGuard.com.
The big matchup in the West Catholic League this week as the first place St. Francis Lancers put their 5-0 league record on the line.
The Lancers heading up to the hill to Valley Christian High School to meet the second place Warriors. It's our Chick-fil-A sportsmanship game. Our Jake Vanderbrook was there.
It's senior night here at Valley Christian High School as the Warriors take on the St. Francis Lancers, and those Lancers need one more win to clinch at least a share of the WCAL title. For the Lancers, it all starts up front. The line being a force on both sides of the ball, led by senior Ata Matau. He has multiple D1 offers from top programs, including Alabama and Texas, and he'll be going up against his cousin, Champ Talelea, who's heading to Washington next year. Expect Champ to be effective on both sides of the ball. It's Valley Christian and St. Francis in our Chick-fil-A sportsmanship game.
The Warriors get on the board early. How about the freshman QB, Rome Leota Pritchard, slinging this pass over the LaSavion Carr for 6. PAT good, 7-0 VC. Back come those Lancers. Kingston, Keana Ina running the Wildcat, but he hands it off to Perryon Williams, and no one's going to catch him for a 45-yard touchdown, all tied at 7 after 1. Second quarter, here's Aaron Knapp delivering a beautiful ball over the Grant Regalis, who hauls it in, and Grant is loose. No one's going to catch the track star. A 94-yard touchdown. Flex on them, Grant, 14-7 Lancers. Warriors would tack on a field goal as Aaron Vanderveen splits the sticks from 37 yards out. And then, on the ensuing kickoff, don't give this man an open lane because Kingston is going to burst through, and he does it here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my, there goes the BYU commit. How about a 98-yard kick six for Kingston? 21-10 Lancers. Then just before the half, Knapp checks a pass over to Keana Ina, who finds an open lane. follows his blockers, and there he goes. Man, this kid is good. How about a 75-yard touchdown reception just before the half? 28-10 Lancers. More Lancers in the third. Knapp connects with Regelis for the senior's third touchdown pass of the ball game. 35-10 St. Francis. Valley Christian not going away. A lot of fight in this freshman quarterback. Leota Pritchard uncorks this ball and finds Riley McIlvain, and Riley is gone. That's a 79-yard touchdown for the 5'10" sophomore, but not enough as St. Francis clinches at least a share of the WCAL title, beating Valley Christian 35-17. Big game for Knapp, leading the charge with 3 touchdown passes.
Special win for us. We knew it was going to be a tough one. Very good program over there, very well coached, a lot of good players. So, I'm just really proud of this team, and it took a lot of physicality out there tonight and a lot of effort and belief.
In San Jose with the Chick-fil-A sportsmanship game, I'm Jake Vanderbrook, 49ers Cal High Sports.
Tyler Flipson checking in with the Campolindo Cougars taking on the Acalanes Dons for a Diablo Foothill League title. Early first quarter, the Cougs get to work. Sammy Frazier showing off the range in the right side. Campo leads 1-0. But 30 seconds later, the Dons respond, mailing the stone pumps and fades away in traffic and in with a touch shot, knotting it up at 1-1. One Campo 5-meter goal later. Avy Sullivan from way downtown skipping in, extending the Campolindo lead 3-1. Late second quarter now, Campo leads 5-1, but Acalanes staying in it. Olivia Whipple up close and personal scoring, cutting the Don deficit to just 3. 2:30 to play in the half. Now it's Cougars' Ava Anderson getting up close and personal, well defended, and finds the back of the cage. It's 6-2 Campo. Now watch this one close or you'll miss it. Campo with the shot on the cage. It's blocked straight into Nikki Frazier. The quick-handed senior flips it in. That's play of the week material right there if you ask me. Cougs lead 8-2. Jumping to the fourth now, Campo leads by 5. Lily Holloway with a rocket of a catch and shot skipping in. Cougars dominance leading 10-4. But the Dons don't quit. With a touch of deja vu, Acalane's shot is blocked into the air, and it's the keeper Adeline Horciza with the quick thinking flipping it in. Despite the Dons' efforts, it won't be enough, and Campo goes on to win it, claiming their league title, finishing 4-0.
The Lincoln Flag football team is playing very well as the Lions start to close out their season.
The girls talking about their season and the team with our Jake Vanderbrook at the Rikus Center this week.
And we are here at the Rikus Center for Human Enhancement where goals are achieved. Got goals? And here's the girls flag football team from Lincoln High School. Make some noise! So we're starting off with Cece Jaguar. So this team is playing some wonderful football. You guys have a 17-2 overall record. What's been clicking thus far?
I think we're all really competitive and we push each other to be our best every day, and that's what works best for us.
Yeah, and you know, playing some great football, as I mentioned, making my way over to Ace Seaton, and she's the gunslinger for this team. 44 touchdown passes. You know, what makes this sport so enjoyable for you? Obviously, winning is really cool because you have 17 wins going into the week. But for you, what makes the sport so enjoyable for you?
I think it's the same thing Cece said, just the competitive nature of it, just, going out having fun with friends, just, makes it much more enjoyable to play and win all the time.
So we saw the Lions in action last week in a victory over Pioneer, and you guys pulled off the hook and ladder. I mean, there's some creativity with that play. So I'm with Elizabeth Satterfield, who is part of that play. So just take me through with that. Was that the game plan going in, making that call, or what?
Yeah, when we went into it, that was what our coach Alec had called. We do practice a lot of that hook and ladder movement in practice too, so it did really help in that situation.
So obviously you guys are going to close out the regular season soon. So what is it going to take for this team to end the season on a high note?
I think to keep that competitive spirit really that my teammates were talking about, it helps us a lot to be able to be out there and to really want it. So a lot of other teams don't want it sometimes, but we really do. So I think that's going to take us.
Ladies, thank you so much for joining me. Now take us out with a break.
Lights on me, lights on 3, 1, 2, 3, lights!
Coming up, NCS playoff volleyball with Carondelet and James Logan.
But first, here is the U.S. Bank Bay Area Top 10 Football Poll. A great early round matchup in the NCS Volleyball Open Division.
The number 3 seeded James Logan taking on the 6th seeded Carondelet in Union City on Wednesday night.
3rd seeded James Logan taking on the 6th seed Carondelet. The Colts in charge early. Kaylani Cruz to outstanding junior setter Leanne Jung. A terrific back set to Kemi Adediji. who gets way up and splits the block. The Colts using lots of deception for points. Look at Jung fake the set and dump it into the empty spot for a sneaky Logan point. The Colts fight back. Mina Kadirajan to Madeline Lopez to the Boston College-bound Isabella Ehrlich. But the Colts take the first. Mackenzie Anderson to Jung over to Rosaria Nelson, who tips it perfectly over the block. The Cougars looking to come back in the second. Kasirijan to Sophia Highland over to Lily King for the kill. But here come the Colts again. Emma Tran to Jung to Mackenzie Anderson, who takes the angle and rips it off the defender. Later in the second, Sarah Chu to Jung over to Anderson, again taking the hard angle for the point as the Colts take a 2-1 lead. And Logan will finish it off as Jung back sets Adediji, who just demolishes this one later in the third. And here's that sneaky Leanne Jung faking the set and dumping it in. Match point here, and it's Chu to Jung. Deep set to Chelsea Branley, and the Logan Colts celebrate the first round Open Division win in 3 straight sets. Anderson and Branley each with 13 kills.
The Harker School brings us the Scholar Athlete Award every week. This week's Harker Scholar Athlete is Jackson Robinson from Christopher, the star quarterback earning a 3.82 GPA and will learn and play next season at Northern Arizona University.
He's a good one. Brought to you by the Harker School. The Harker Conservatory recently staged its first major event of the school year, a dazzling upper school production of Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream, part of Harker's commitment to producing quality theater productions. At Harker, transitional kindergarten through 12th grade students discover their passions. Learn more at harker.org. The California Army National Guard takes a look at athletes who are the best of the best and being recruited on a national level.
This week's California Army National Guard high flyer is Lane Makoski from Livermore. The outstanding softball player has committed to play next season at Northwestern University. DGDG.com brings us the Be Happy Play each week. This is a play in a game that made everybody happy.
This week's Be Happy Play goes to Mercy Burlingame. Ava Cacao with a game-winning blast as the Mercy Burlingame team wins its first division title ever, and they were very happy about it. Want to be a happy car buyer? Go to DGDG.com.
Coming up, it's the Service by Medallion Play of the Week. We'll see which play gets it next.
But first, here is this week's financial tip for teens and their parents, sponsored by Lumen Digital.
It's important to use budgeting tools. Digital banking apps and online tools can help you manage your money more effectively and keep track of progress toward your financial goals. Take advantage of personalized dashboards and complimentary coaching.
Service by Medallion brings us the Play of the Week every week. This is a play we thought was the very best from all of the plays this week.
Here it is, a little segment that Adrian Soriano likes to call the Service by Medallion Play of the Week.
We start off with Bo Musa from Los Gatos with the spectacular catch for the first down, but the play of the week, no question about it, has to go to Samaj Clark from Wilcox. Look at Samaj make the catch with the defender all over him. Oh my goodness, one more time. Samaj Clark, you just won the play of the week.
That's the Play of the Week, and that's 49ers Cal High Sports for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Bronstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Be sure to come back next week to meet the Overfelt rugby player finding her family on the field. We'll see you then.
Thanks for watching. Please join our YouTube memberships to get early access to highlights and our podcast, Covered Cal High.
You will also be able to see full game videos and vote for the Players of the Week. So click join and make sure to tune in every Sunday night at 6 p.m. on NBC Sports California. We'll see you at the games.